Good morning everyone, I'm Annie. Let's set up my new bullet journal. Before I get into why I use a bullet journal, just a quick reminder to everyone that paint is flammable, because I forgot that and I burnt my thumb while I was trying to burn these pages that I tore out of my debut novel From Feathers to Stars. But back on track. I've spoken about my bullet journal before, and it's one of those things that is constantly evolving and changing with whatever I'm doing and what I need out of it. That flexibility is what has me buying 2 notebooks every year to track and manage tasks, habits, as well as organize and track everything I do from an author perspective. So I tore out a selection of my favourite sections of my debut novel, which is linked down below if you are interested in an adventure fantasy with a touch of romance, and I painted them up to look old and sun damaged, and I think they came out really nicely. I changed to just ripping the pages rather than burning them, and actually they look just as good and are definitely a much safer option. But sadly I did lose one of the map pages to the fire, so I made the most of the map page that I had left, keeping it front and center of this collage piece. I usually keep my first pages pretty clear of designs because there's usually so much going on these pages that there isn't a lot of room, but I do always start with my reading tracker at the front because it's so easy for me to flip to, and I use this a lot as this is where I note down every book that I read in the year, and then on the other side I have a reading bracket to track the best book of the year. I didn't realise that my camera battery died while I was drawing out all of the boxes which will become books later on, so I did just head straight into creating the reading bracket, which is pretty simple. I'm using the same system that I did for the first half of the year, which I took from a sports 12 start bracket. I haven't yet found the perfect system for deciding which is the winner of the year as yet, as I don't like that some months start further up the bracket already, but nothing is perfect and I'm still working this out. I went back in and I added in the titles of the books that I've already read into the shelf design. My goal is to read 52 books this year, which is 1 a week, and I'm currently on track with that goal. I always leave a little bit of space on the bottom shelf so that I can add more books if I go over my goal, but I do have quite a busy schedule this year, so I'm not expecting to add too many at the end. This author tracker is something that I started at the beginning of this year, and it's already in its 2nd iteration. Now, the title of book 2 isn't ready to be shared, so I've just labelled it as book 2 of the Star Garnet series, but having these marker boxes is really helpful to me to work out where I am in the story and in my writing process. I have a goal of about 80,000 words for book 2, and as of right now I'm not quite sure if I'm going to hit that goal or not, as there is a lot of editing work to be done with this draft. I'm just currently focusing on writing out the plot, and then I can work more on refining it through the editing process. Flipping the page, I have my author Kanban board, which is a really simple version of the steps that I take to keep myself on track and keep myself in the right order when I'm writing and self-publishing my books. If you would like a more in-depth video on each of these steps and how I use the system, then leave a like and a comment on this video so that I know that you want that. But for me, this is the easiest way that I can view where I'm at, because my brain is always thinking of loads and loads of stories at any one time. This goals and to-do page is a new one for me, but my plan is to note down what tasks I have relating to my 2 projects this year and everything that I need to do for them. I love this style of yearly planner, which just goes down the page, as I think it's really simple to look at, and all I input in here usually is birthdays, important events that are planned in advance, book releases that I'm keeping an eye on, and anything I need to remember to do in that month, such as buy my next bullet journal. Now it was the memory card's turn to die on me, so I had to go and clear down everything and transfer it all over to my computer. But anyway, I then worked on making this little box for my 23 things I want to do in 2023, which I will go back and fill in later. This spread always feels like there is so much space remaining, so I popped in some more of these painted pages from my novel, as well as where I've cut the middle page of the yearly view. I added in these bands of gold down the side, as this spread can look really bland really quickly, and I will never complain about gold ink going everywhere. This is the 3rd and final issue with my camera, I promise. I skipped past the July painting page, calendar, and my initial dump pages, as I will make that painting another day, and then the dump pages and the habit tracker stay really plain until I start to use them. And I'm refining what habits I'm tracking at the moment, so it's a bit easier for me, as it's been pretty intense what I've been tracking in the first half of this year, and I just need to calm it down a little bit. So I am trying out a new style for my weekly spreads, and I've taken some inspiration from Plant-Based Bride, who does amazing bullet journal videos. I will link her down below, but I have these edges for rolling tasks, so things that end up being on my task list every week that I'm getting really bored of writing out all the time. And then the other side is split into 2 for YouTube tasks and writing tasks, so that I can see all of these at any point in the month. The center sections are for my everyday tasks that are specific to individual days, and then because I've really missed having book quotes everywhere across my journal, I've added these back in. Also, I have a page after all my weeklies for writing down notes on books that I read throughout the month, but again, this is completely blank until I start filling it in. So there you have it, my 2nd author bullet journal for the year. If you guys want to know more about how I track things, or you want more bullet journal videos, then leave a comment down below. While you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!